I think you should pay everybody. Is it a reason why you guys are not paying whatever that vendor is?
What was it for?
It was for shirts. That's what it's
The small village of Dalton, Illinois, has become the epicenter of a political drama so extraordinary it feels straight out of a scandalous novel. At the heart of the storm is embattled Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Once celebrated as a trailblazer for becoming Dalton's first female mayor, her historic tenure, however, is now overshadowed by mounting allegations of corruption, financial mismanagement, and abuse of power, plunging her administration into chaos. Once a symbol of hope and change, Henyard's image has been tarnished by accusations of misusing public funds for lavish personal expenses and appointing unqualified allies to key positions to consolidate her influence. Critics allege that her leadership is more focused on protecting her personal interests than serving the community, claims that have left Dalton's residents divided and disillusioned. As if these allegations weren't damaging enough, a recent development has added an extraordinary twist to her unraveling political career. Her boyfriend has testified against her in court. This shocking revelation has sent ripples through the community, amplifying the narrative of betrayal and political intrigue. Testimony reportedly strengthens the case against Henyard, leaving her political future hanging by a thread. The case against Tiffany Henyard has gained significant momentum, with her boyfriend's bombshell testimony adding credibility to the mounting claims of misconduct. This revelation has left her supporters scrambling for explanations, while Dalton residents have taken to public forums to voice their outrage. Many feel betrayed, not only by their mayor, but also by the system that enabled her rise to power. Henyard, for her part, has dismissed the allegations as baseless attacks orchestrated by political rivals desperate to see her fall from grace. She insists the charges are part of a calculated smear campaign designed to undermine her leadership and silence her vision for progress in Dalton. However, as more details of her alleged transgressions emerge, even her staunchest supporters are finding it increasingly difficult to defend her actions. The courtroom drama, with her boyfriend's explosive testimony at its center, has become a defining spectacle of Dalton's ongoing political turmoil. A mix of personal betrayal, power struggles, and public disillusionment feels almost surreal. Once hailed as a promising leader, Henyard now stands at a critical crossroads. Her political future hangs by a thread as scandals and accusations continue to pile up. The question on everyone's mind has shifted. It's no longer about whether Tiffany Henyard will weather this storm, but whether Dalton can endure her leadership long enough to rebuild the trust that has been so deeply eroded.
Investigator, I've got some books to come here. Inside I have from the United States District Courtroom and District of Illinois.
Imagine being in her shoes, the spotlight shining brightly, your name once recognized and celebrated, only for it all to unravel piece by piece. Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the downfall has been nothing short of dramatic, marked by allegations that strike at the core of her leadership. These are not minor claims. They are serious accusations of illegal appointments to key positions within the village of Dalton. Roles of power, influence, and decision-making that, according to critics and legal experts, were filled without adhering to the proper approvals required by local governance rules. Maybe. Henyard's controversial actions reportedly began with her attempts to appoint a village attorney, police chief, and village administrator, all critical positions that directly shape how the town is managed. However, instead of securing the necessary approval from the Board of Trustees, as mandated by law, Henyard allegedly bypassed the process entirely. It didn't take long for these actions to catch up with her. A judge ultimately blocked the appointments, citing that they failed to meet the legal standards. But instead of addressing the situation or attempting to work within the legal framework, Henyard doubled down, escalating tensions and further alienating her critics.
Rather than recalibrating her approach or addressing the underlying concerns, Henyard seemed to double down, openly defying judicial orders and established governance norms. This defiance was anything but subtle. It carried an air of brazenness that left many observers stunned. By surrounding herself with individuals widely considered unqualified or lacking the authority to occupy key roles, Henyard set the stage for an unprecedented standoff between her administration, the trustees, and the legal system. Critics argue that these appointments were not made with the village's best interests in mind. Instead, they view them as a calculated move to consolidate power by installing loyal allies. By doing so, Henyard could ensure that key decisions were made without opposition, effectively bypassing the checks and balances designed to prevent abuses of authority. The judge's order blocking these appointments may have been a significant setback, but it didn't slow Henyard down. Instead, she appeared to interpret it as a challenge, almost daring the legal system to keep pace with her maneuvering. For the residents of Dalton, this defiance has only deepened the divide, leaving them to grapple with the consequences of an administration that seems more focused on consolidating power than addressing their needs. For the residents of Dalton, this unfolding drama has been as captivating as it is alarming. On one hand, they've witnessed their mayor transform from a trailblazing leader, Dalton's first female mayor, into a figure whose actions blur the line between ambition and recklessness. On the other hand, they've watched their town's governance unravel under the strain of legal battles, conflicts, and mounting allegations of impropriety. Many locals express disbelief at how far the situation has spiraled, with some questioning how one leader could amass such unchecked power and wield it so unilaterally. Henyard, for her part, insists her decisions are rooted in a vision for progress, dismissing critics as politically motivated detractors intent on derailing her agenda. Yet, with every move she makes, the scrutiny only intensifies. From headlines detailing her controversial appointments to publicized clashes with trustees, Henyard's leadership style seems to thrive on confrontation, stoking tensions rather than fostering collaboration. For those who initially celebrated her historic election, the disappointment is palpable. Many are coming to terms with the growing realization that Henyard's leadership may be less about driving progress and more about consolidating power, leaving Dalton to bear the brunt of her contentious tenure. Henyard's defiance paints a picture of a leader who sees herself as untouchable, standing firm against critics and dismissing those who question her actions. Her apparent disregard for procedural norms and judicial authority has become a lightning rod for controversy, emblematic of a leader who seems to prioritize personal control over transparency and accountability. The controversy surrounding her appointments raises broader questions about the long-term impact of her leadership. What does it mean for the village of Dalton when its mayor openly defies legal orders? How can a community reconcile its hope for strong leadership with mounting evidence that such leadership may come at the cost of integrity and governance? As Henyard continues to operate with an unyielding resolve, the situation has become both a cautionary tale and a wake-up call for Dalton, a village grappling with the tension between aspirations for progress and the stark realities of political turmoil. Whether the legal system ultimately holds her accountable or she manages to weather the storm, one thing is certain: the ramifications of her actions will resonate through Dalton's history for years to come. For now, residents watch this unfolding drama with a mix of disbelief and concern, caught in the uneasy balance between a once promising vision of leadership and the harsh reality of a mayor who has pushed the boundaries of governance to their limits.
One way that the government always does it is to go and investigate people around her, and that's what they're doing.
In a shocking twist to the ongoing saga surrounding Mayor Tiffany Henyard, an unexpected witness stepped into the courtroom and delivered testimony that could dismantle her entire political career, igniting a firestorm of scandal in Dalton, Illinois. I think this witness, previously considered a minor player in the drama, emerged as a pivotal figure, leveling allegations that paint a damning portrait of Henyard's leadership. Adding to the testimony, Henyard has allegedly been misusing municipal funds, taxpayer dollars, intended to benefit the community for personal extravagances, including local officials, taxpayer dollars intended to benefit the community. If proven true, these allegations depict a leader prioritizing personal indulgence over the needs of the town she was elected to serve. The implications are profound, revealing a potential pattern of behavior where Henyard allegedly leveraged her position to fund a lifestyle of privilege and excess, all while leaving her constituents to bear the consequences of her mismanagement. But the accusations don't end with financial misconduct. The testimony delves deeper, alleging instances of bribery and abuse of power. Reports suggest Henyard engaged in clandestine deals with local businesses, accepting payments in exchange for favorable treatment. These claims paint a picture of a mayor willing to compromise fairness and integrity for personal gain. The specific allegations include businesses purportedly paying bribes to bypass regulations, expedite permits, or receive other preferential treatment, effectively turning the ideals of governance into a transactional system benefiting a select few. If these claims hold water, they suggest a leader more focused on enriching herself than upholding the transparency and accountability that her office demands. This betrayal of public trust strikes at the heart of Dalton's governance, especially in a community already struggling with financial challenges. And that is where the pressure comes in. With an average household income far below Henyard's own salary, the allegations have left residents questioning how much of their hard-earned tax dollars have been squandered on her personal pursuits rather than invested in critical areas like infrastructure, education, or community programs. As these revelations continue to unfold, the testimony has sent shockwaves through Dalton, exposing deep fractures in the town's leadership and raising urgent questions about the future of its governance. For a community already grappling with economic hardship, the accusations against Henyard feel like a profound betrayal, one that could leave lasting scars on both the town and its trust in elected officials.